and getting chewed to hell. I think we really need to reinforce it somewhere. Archery in great company is definitely a sideline activity. It's definitely growing in popularity. Myself and a couple of other people are really trying to push it because it's good fun and we get to come out to a place like Gidgee and lob things over long distances. Combat archery we only really get to play maybe 4 to 6 times a year because every weekend we have normal training. It's a bit harder to convince people to come out here, even though it's only about 30 minutes or 40 minutes drive out of Perth. But over the years our numbers have grown from maybe half a dozen up to, on a good day we can have 14 people within our group. On a day like today we also have the bonus of 3 people from the SCA, which is another medieval group in Perth. And so I think today would be a average to smallish day and we've got about 10 or 12 people. We have a combination of archers and crossbow and people who use sword and shield. Combat archery is not the sort of thing we can do at shows because we need quite a large playing field, and not just the playing field but a safety barrier around the edge of it, just in case a shot lobs a little bit further than intended or takes a skip off something and shoots up, which can happen if anyone's done archery. They've probably seen that happen before. It's not the sort of thing you can do with the general public around. With sword fighting, you're only going to hit someone as far as your arm sticks out. But when you're doing archery, you can potentially shoot someone 150 metres away. And it's not the sort of thing we ever do at shows. Dangerous? No, we try and take the danger out of it as much as possible, just like we do with our sword fighting. When people ask me what is combat archery, I tell them it's basically medieval paintball. It's the same thing. It's projectile combat. You're running around, you're firing things at people, except it actually hurts less than paintball because most people wear some sort of body armour, whereas in paintball it's only overalls, so nothing in the form of armour underneath. And we can use our ammunition again until it breaks. And I've had arrows that have lasted me 3-4 years without breaking. Yep, Lil's wearing a combination of padding and metal lamellar. Modern plastic kneecaps, but sometimes if the pants are baggy enough, we hide them under the pants because we try and keep everything looking as historical as possible. I'm just wearing padding, same as Wes, just padding. If you can see Frank just over there, he's very shy, he's hiding. He's wearing chainmail, so we have all sorts of different levels of armour. Some people don't wear any armour at all, which hurts. As long as you don't have any bare skin showing. Minimum regulations are a steel bowl helmet with reinforced steel mesh on the face, foam neck brace. Some people put leather or something extra over the top for extra protection. A hood just to help foul arrows coming in from the side as well. Most people wear van braces or something on their elbows, knees, groin protection. Bows themselves, because we don't actually want to kill anyone, we limit our bow strength to 30 pounds at 28 inches, which in archery terms is pretty much a big rubber band. It's not really too lethal. Arrows have rubber blunts on the end about the size of a 10-cent coin. They're reinforced with fiberglass tape so that if the shaft breaks, it doesn't burst into 2 parts and have a jagged edge flying at somebody. Plastic knocks are fine, although some people have the more historical version, which is actually cutting a self-knock into the shaft. Saves on money, but if that breaks, then it's harder to replace. Some people use plastic flights, some people use feather flights. Depends on preference. I think the most impressive death that I've personally been killed by was one time I ran out of arrows. I was running for my life, zigging and zagging, and I got shot in the back of the head, and I only heard the one sound. But as it had turned out, what the crowd told me was that 2 people shot me at exactly the same time. They said, "Look quite good," because both arrows went in and went boom off at the same time.